Victoria, welcome to the Lessons of a Lashpreneur show. This is an episode long time in the making. Yes. Long time. Yeah. So tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what your business is.
Okay. I am Victoria with Lashing Lounge in Kernersville, North Carolina. A little bit about me. Started lashing, I would say probably about 5-6 years ago now. Always knew I wanted to grow, have a team with ladies who had the same vision as me. And I was always really good at my craft, but necessarily the business end, not so much. Definitely needed help. One thing that I knew I wanted to do is learn from somebody else's like mistakes or their processes. That way I didn't have to go through it and cost more time for myself. So through someone else, I found out about Tara and I did the program for, I would say like 6 months. And I started being like,
the society.
Yes. The society. And I was like, I'm not getting that much out of it, but because I wasn't putting in the effort. And then something switched and I was like, you know what, let me start actually doing these, the Kajabi and going through them and
curriculum.
Yes. And I started to see how it helped me immensely, like beyond compare. And I was like, whoa, I'm getting a lot out of this. So continued that for a little bit. And then kind of sought out with some one-on-one coaching. I knew, I had some growth pains that I didn't know how to handle. I've never done this type of business, business end of it. And we did coaching one-on-one. And then that in itself was incredible. Like mind-changing. The best thing was mindset. For me, I'm a very black and white person when it comes to business. And a lot of times I was like, it's the end of the world. I ran on anxiety all the time. And Tara really, truly helped me with the mindset aspect of it all. And that in itself, if I only would have gotten that, it would have been amazing. But I got 10 times more out of that. So then you reached out about the mastermind, and not gonna lie, I was on the fence. I was like,
I'm good. I got everything out. Like,
yeah. I was like, I just finished our one-on-one coaching. I don't know, am I gonna get anything different out of it, type of thing. And I think it was something you said that stuck with me, and something that my husband also said as well was, where are you going to invest the money anyways? What are you going to do with this money if you had that money at the end of the year? And I was like, it's a pretty good point. There wasn't anything else that I was like,
this is the next step kind of a thing.
Yeah. But I also knew I didn't want to let go of you. You were like,
you just want to share.
I know. You were like my crutch in a way, that I loved the Voxer, being able to talk to you, any issues that come up. Just so helpful overall. And then I was excited about this experience. And once you, told me some of the other people that were part of it, a couple of the other people who are in the growing stages as me, or somebody on there who has, she has 2 salons and stuff. And I aspired to kind of have that. And it was cool. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And I can tell you right now, I don't even know why I second guessed it. It has been the most amazing experience ever. And I have gathered so much, not even the business aspect about it, but emotionally, mentally. And it's been amazing. So I definitely got a lot out of this.
Yeah. So one thing to share, I've got 20 things to share about Victoria. You really were the catalyst for creating this program.
Aww.
So we started working together in August of 2021. And it's funny because I'm going to send her, as part of every application process, both for the mastermind and for one-on-one coaching, you do an application and we do a hello call. So it's like a quick 20-minute call to kind of get an idea of what your goals are and then what's getting in the way. So where you are versus where you want to be. And if coaching or this program helps, then we talk about that. And Victoria was very, very anxious. Everything was a crisis. She catastrophized things significantly and put a lot of meaning on the way that her business unfolded. And so when she committed to moving forward with one-on-one coaching, because I didn't have this program available, and I was testing out, in full disclosure, I was testing out a methodology of coaching for those building out a team to see if how I taught could be something that was repeatable, right? So she was one of my last 2 one-on-one clients. Fadi was the other one, of testing out this methodology of what do we talk about during these coaching sessions and what she can implement. And the amount of growth. So you did 2-3 month packages, or did we just do the one?
Just one.
Just one. Okay. So in 3 months that we worked together and I walked her through this kind of curriculum, she had significant growth. Significant growth.
Like out of my timeline, I was like, this will be my growth in 2 years. That was my goal.
Yeah. Cause I remember you sent me when you had your first $10,000 month and you're like, what is this?
I know.
And that was very quickly. So she was very great at taking the feedback and implementing really quick, which some people, just depending on where they're at and what they've got going on in their personal life, it can take them a long time to implement. She was not that person. And so she saw a lot of the growth. And we were talking about continuing on one-on-one, but I think before you had even ended, I had this idea because I started getting a lot of requests because I was sharing, what I was doing in one-on-one coaching for more one-on-one coaching for building out salons. And I ran the idea first by you to see if that's something that would be appealing, because the one thing that was missing was the community aspect and the support from other people going through the same thing. That yes, you have me going through, but I'm not actively building out a salon team. I'm building out a team in different ways and have experience in that. And she was like, that sounds amazing. Yes. And so it really was the catalyst. And if you had said no, I probably would have just held off or just like tested it out longer on one-on-one coaching as opposed to like building up the group.
And it's been amazing. And one thing I do want to add is our work that we're in, it is sad to say, but a very competitive, a very cutthroat, a very
catty.
Yes, for lack of a better word. Yes. And it has
there's a better word. It's just maybe not podcast.
We're not going to say this right now. But this group of women that you have just like surrounded us all with genuinely and truly care. And they genuinely want to help. They want to share their experiences. There's things in there that I'm pulling from other people. And then there's things in there that maybe I'm able to help someone else.
Oh, she has a binder. And she brought it.
Mm-hmm.
She has her binder of all of her processes and her employee manual. And she brought that and she's like ripping out pages to hand to people. So she is definitely the giver of the group, I would say. Go ahead.
But it's just amazing to like bring back, I don't want to say like hope in our, work, but it is awesome to see that there are truly people out there who truly care and who truly want to see you succeed and who want to walk beside you, and just like, this will be a group forever.
Yeah.
That I will always be a part of.
Thing.
And if we do this yearly, like I'm coming, this is going to be amazing.
Don't worry. We'll talk about that.
Yes.
Yeah. And I want to thank you specifically because I think you were like the one that instigated the group text and getting the girls connected outside of the coaching calls, because that was not something I had any part to do with it. I didn't even think of it. And so a lot of your guys' ongoing communications, even though it's weird to me, I'm like, why am I not included? But it's not, it's your guys' group. I think even just coming to the retreat, you guys already had such a tight knit group that it just flowed. Like even the first night we all went out together before we started any of the retreat, it was like old friends catching up, even though you guys have never met in person. And so it was a really cool way for you guys to have that ongoing support. You guys all know 100%. Each other's personal lives, you know 100%. What's going on professionally more so than I do. And so thank you for that, for creating that environment.
Well, thank you for making the environment for us to be able to flourish. So
you're welcome. So that does lead to, just as a heads up for those that are listening that are considering it is application only. And I do turn people away because the whole goal is to create the safe container for you guys to share openly. Anybody who is really super money focused probably wouldn't thrive in this group because it's not an instant overnight money maker. It is the development of you for long-term sustained growth. Yes, you can grow very quickly. And in fact, Victoria is holding on for dear life because her business is growing so fast. She has some amazing problems in her business of like a lot of people wanting to work from her, great candidates wanting to work from her. And what is your biggest challenge right now in your business that you're like, oh, we're at that point now, as opposed to, I thought it was going to be a year or two?
Yeah, we only have one room available for another technician. And now I'm starting to think bigger picture. What are we going to do when we're at full capacity? What's our next step?
Even you stepping out of the treatment room and fully stepping into managing the business.
Yes.
So it can happen very quickly. She's only been on this journey since August, so not even a year, 9 months maybe, that she's at the point where she can start to fully consider stepping out of the treatment room and just running the business. It's going that well. Not to say she doesn't have her own obstacles and hiccups. But yeah, I think that's been surprising for both of us that she's at that point now.
That was my 2-year goal, and it's 9 months in, and I'm able to do that transition. So,
and talk about kind of even just the side perk, I guess, that you're here and your business is still running, your team is still working.
Yes.
And that you were able to take your family on a little vacay.
Yes.
As, part of a business trip.
Business write-off. Just everything. Like when I can't even sometimes put words together how thankful and appreciative I am. And, you know, she's guided me, but I've also implemented what she's said to do, and it has carried me further than I would have ever thought. I'm able to leave the salon. I have a wonderful team member. She's in charge over there, opening and closing. They're taking care of it. She's handling any tasks that come up. And yeah, like she said, I brought my family. We left a few days early. So it's been amazing. And to know that, hey, I'm here and I'm still learning, and I can't wait to go back and, you know, put together all these creative ideas and things to implement and stuff. And I can't wait to just be a better leader for my team as well.
I love that. So what's possible now, especially after we had a really great mindset kind of day. What's the goals for you in the next 6 to 12 months? Like, what's the big picture goals that probably very scary, but exciting?
Yeah. I do have annual gross that I want to achieve, a number of team members that we want to achieve. I want to be fully out of the chair, which that could happen when I get back.
Yeah,
it's just me pulling the trigger, you know? And yeah, just, I guess, continuing growth, and beautiful, coming really, really quick. So it's exciting.
Yes. I've got more in store for her too. Don't you worry. So if there's somebody who's on the fence, they're not sure if this is the right next step or not, what kind of ideas would you give them to think about or consider that were helpful for you in considering whether getting coaching or learning the step-by-steps of how to build out a team? What advice could you offer them?
Number one, I would say, don't do the hard work if you don't have to. Somebody's already been down this road. Somebody already has it laid out, the ways that can help you. Learn and listen from them, help them guide you, and it will obviously only speed your timeline up faster. You're not going to have to be there and make your own mistakes that you could get help from someone else. If you're on the fence, that time is going to pass anyways. Your money is going to be spent anyways. Why not invest it and get a full return on it? Like, I don't even know what I would have done if I didn't have Tara. I would not be where I'm at. I would not have the ability to take my family on like a full paid trip because of my company, you know, and just that time to put back into what's truly important to you. You know, I want more time with my family, but I also want to make money at the same time. How am I able to do that? Because listening to someone who's been there before. If you're on the fence of it, jump that fence.
She's even giving her husband business advice now, which I love.
Yes. I'm like, you need to be doing this. We need to set you up a meeting with Tara.
Yeah, right. And we handed off a process last night to him. So hopefully you guys can keep each other accountable. I love it. Yeah. All right. Well, if you guys are interested in Momentum Mastermind, applications are open May 25th through June 10th for the program starting July to December. You can be involved with people just like Victoria in that program and get that support, that community, that curriculum, and that coaching to help build out and scale a team. So you can get on the wait list, or if applications are open, you can apply at www.thelashpreneur.com/mastermind. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet, girls. Keep watching her. All right. Have a good one.